It's great to be here with you, Dan. Thank you. All right. Welcome, everyone. Good afternoon or good evening, or if you're from my side of the world, good morning. Very good morning to you. It's about 6 a.m. here in Australia, and we're going to be running through this presentation right now. We are live, and in a bit, I'm going to be bringing on a very, very special guest. Look, let's jump straight into this, shall we? Let me share my screen here. All right, beautiful. Well, hello. My name is Stevie Aquilina. I hope you're doing well, and thank you for spending this time with me. My family and I, we live in Australia. Originally, we are from Sydney, but now we live on the Gold Coast, which was a dream come true when we can make that happen. And we're minutes from beautiful beaches, mountains, rainforests, coastal cities, theme parks. We love it. We are absolutely blessed with a life, income, time, and freedom that allows us to enjoy a great lifestyle together. That has also taken us to parts of the world that were once upon a time way too far out of our reach. But look, those good vibes and good times that we have right now have not always been the case. I was a difficult child to parent and school. I never made the grades. I was often told I was stupid and useless. And I guess when you're told something often enough, especially when you're young and impressionable enough, you kind of start to believe it. I later became a teenage runaway and a high school dropout. So I didn't give myself the best head start. And with that kind of thinking, I walked myself way off track on life's journey throughout my teens and 20s. I had more than 20 different jobs in less that time. For over a decade, I was a very dumb but very good looking bouncer on what used to be the most popular nightclubs in Sydney. Kidding about the good looking part, but maybe not about the dumb part. But really, I wanted to be more, do more, have more. I really wanted to give more. I had big dreams, but little self-esteem. Physically, I've always been athletic, mainly in martial arts. But back then, I had health troubles, autoimmune disorder, inflammatory issues, severe skin, respiratory, and gut conditions. Most of my life, lots of bad injuries. And financially, I got myself stuck in go nowhere jobs with hopes going nowhere, no prospects, no financial security, no financial dignity. Behind, I've had the phone, electricity and gas cut off. I've not been able to run my car on anything more than just petrol fumes. I've not been able to make rent. I've been evicted. I mean, no financial dignity. I've always believed in possibilities, but doubted my potential, big holdback. I was trapped, unfulfilled, unhappy, frustrated because I wasn't able to be who I wanted to be. But something very fortunate happened. A couple of things really. First, I met the girl of my dreams, and that motivated me more than ever before to become more. And she believed in me and always told me that I was more. Big deal, I guess, when you're told something often enough. And second, I was introduced to this company's life-changing breakthrough, opportunity, and trainings. The company leaders are extremely successful people, and they believed in me too and taught me how to believe, belong, and become more. And so today, instead of having health and wealth problems, I solve them because of this life-changing breakthrough. Instead of financial insecurity and indignity, I have security and dignity because of this life-changing opportunity. And instead of being trapped, unfulfilled, unhappy, and frustrated, I now have more, feel more, with the ability to believe and become more because this company's training has shown me a life-changing better way. And now I really want nothing more than to better people's lives in any one of these life-changing ways too. And so first, what I will show you is the most significant health and life science breakthrough of our lifetime. Medical experts say this is a very big breakthrough, greater than the discoveries of DNA or penicillin. For 2 decades, science had declared this was impossible. This is a breakthrough with enormous potential, proven by renowned universities and world-leading laboratory medical studies. A very advanced breakthrough, 15 years ahead of its time. Any health goals or challenges you can think of, remarkable results. And drug companies wanted it shut down. More about that a little later. Before I tell you what this is, let's be absolutely clear about what this is not, because this is nothing like anything else you've ever seen before. What we'll be talking about goes well beyond drugs or nutrition, well beyond any type of ingredients or technology you already know about. Because what I'm about to show you is an entirely new frontier in science that is truly groundbreaking and a category creating healthcare breakthrough. The ASEA Redox cell signaling technology is a drink that contains active redox signaling molecules. What are those? Redox signaling molecules are made by your cells. So they are in your body. They are native to your body. They are your cellular messengers that affect your cell-to-cell communication and genetic expression in a positive way. Redox signaling is a remarkable process because it is the actual process that empowers your body to heal itself by telling your cells how to protect healthy cells, repair unhealthy cells, and replace damaged cells. Redox signaling also activates your body's immune system to protect against bacteria, viruses, and infection. Redox signaling is what keeps cells functioning and healing at optimal levels. Why is this so important? Because we're all made of cells. We live and die at the cellular level. Healthy cells means a healthy body and a healthy life. Redox signaling molecules are the keys to life. They are essential for the activation and function of our normal physiology. All of our body's major systems, biochemical and physiological processes critically depend on redox signaling. Critically, because if all of your cells were to suddenly stop making redox signaling molecules right now, you wouldn't live longer than just a few more seconds. Without your redox signaling molecules, life ends. So if our bodies already make redox signaling molecules, why do we need to give our bodies more? Well, when we're born, we do make an abundance of redox signaling molecules. That's generally why children have so much energy, how they can run around all day and not wake up sore the next, and how they can bounce back so quickly from an injury or illness. However, as we age, along with stress, poor diet, toxins, and lots of other environmental assaults, our cells break down and our body's ability to make redox signaling molecules also breaks down. Without as many redox signaling molecules giving clear cell signals, our whole cellular protection and healing process becomes slow. Our cells break down more, and so does our health, wellness, youth, and vitality. Now, ASEA takes science seriously and is highly committed to ongoing research with renowned universities and world-leading laboratories, allowing these outside and independently reviewed studies to prove the potential of ASEA redox signaling supplements, demonstrating the safety and efficacy of the ASEA redox products, certifying them as safe and effective in every body. Excuse me. And ASEA is within a very real and significant space of science. Redox is based in Nobel Prize winning research. Since the first Nobel Prize was awarded to these three professors back in 1998 for the first discovery of redox signaling molecules, there have now since been multiple Nobel Prizes awarded for research in this field. If you went along to pubmed.gov, which is where all peer-reviewed medical studies are published, and you typed in redox signaling, you would see well over 33,000 results. There are more than 1,500 medical textbooks that have been published on redox signaling molecules, and this slide will already be out of date as there are around 150 studies coming out almost every single month. According to medical researchers, as reported in this article from the Huffington Post, redox signaling is one of the fastest emerging fields in science that will shape all of our lives in the coming years. There are now multiple universities who've received tens of millions of dollars in grants to open up redox research centers. There are now global medical conferences and congresses being held about redox. Medical doctors are specializing in redox, with one such professor, a doctor at Harvard Medical School, who has a PhD and title that includes Director of Redox Medicine. And ASEA is already light years ahead. ASEA Redox users enjoy cell signaling benefits. Now that translates to health at its most foundational level. Here's just one example. ASEA Redox has been scientifically tested and shown to signal the activation of genetic pathways and affect genes that improve immune system health, help maintain a healthy inflammatory response, help maintain cardiovascular health and support arterial elasticity, improves gut health and digestive enzyme production, and modulates hormone balance to support vitality and wellness. These genes are key in the health of every individual and play a vital role, not just in the 5 mentioned human health areas, but also in dozens of additional genetic pathways. Moreover, ASEA Redox has also been scientifically tested and shown to enhance your body's own production and efficiency of antioxidants by up to 800%. 800%. Further studies show that ASEA lowers oxidative stress. The head professor of this university study has come out saying that one of the most important effects of ASEA on what he called disease risk factors, is its ability to reduce oxidative stress. Now that is significant because all degenerative health conditions are caused by oxidative stress. And from rigorous toxicology studies, ASEA is proven to be 100% safe, 0% toxicity. Why? Because redox signaling molecules are native to your body. They're already in you. Your body already makes them. It's just that now your body can't make as much of them as it used to be able to when it was younger and or healthier. And so if you have health challenges, or if you have people that you care about who do, if you have a wish you could look, live and feel young again, if you have the very good sense for protecting your health because you don't want to become old and unwell, if you have a goal of having higher levels of human performance, greater athleticism, better in sport, bigger and stronger in the gym, any health goal you can think of, redox users and medical doctors are seeing just remarkable results. But you don't need to take my word for it. Here are some medical doctors. Let's hear what they have to say.
Redox signaling molecules are like the DNA whisperer. They signal cells to be healthy. And because of age, because of medications, because of toxicity in the environment, you lose your ability to make the redox signaling molecules. So having them with ASEA simply replenishes what your body is doing natively when you were young. You know, I've been in the business for 40 years, and this is the first time that I've ever heard about the redox signaling molecules, which to me is a breakthrough of the 21st century, akin to the electric light bulb in the 20th century and maybe even the discovery of penicillin. Because your body is a redox signaling program, and to be able to replenish it on a day-to-day basis, internally and externally, is not just a breakthrough, it's a game changer.
Health is something we have to earn. What can I do to get to the root of things and really prevent problems from happening? Is it possible? And the answer is yes.
You know, I think most people don't actually really consider their health until it's gone. So it's the choices that we make today that are going to determine the level of our wellness and our health and our healthy longevity tomorrow.
We want to keep people healthy. We don't want to see that deterioration. The whole process of the anti-aging and regenerative medicine that I'm so passionate about is on the premise that we can maintain energy, we can maintain health.
So prevention is key, but people need to value it, and people need to understand what it is and take responsibility.
Inside every cell in your body, you're constantly producing negative and positive molecules called oxidants and reductants, and the contraction of that name is redox.
So with these molecules, we're amping up that communication. We're helping that cell signal.
Without these cell signaling molecules, we simply wouldn't do the gene replication that we need, the DNA sequencing that we need. These redox signaling molecules interact throughout the body with every cell that we know.
Every cell in our body needs these molecules for communication purposes. The more balanced they are, the more abundant they are, the healthier we are.
ASEA actually has the combination of the oxidants and the reductants that the body makes. So all we're doing with ASEA is enhancing what the body is already doing.
Having a product, a technology that's native to the body doesn't have to worry about detoxifying it because it knows exactly what to do with redox molecules. It's one of, if not the safest recommendation I ever make to a patient.
They found a way to stabilize them outside the body. And you can actually put them back into bodies that are deficient in those molecules. That's a game changer.
To have something that at its molecular level is native to the body is nothing short of a breakthrough.
This is something that's foundational for health. for every cell. It affects every cell in our body. And not just the cells, but the very DNA within those cells. You know, we talk about the discovery of DNA as being a huge breakthrough, the discovery of penicillin. Yes, these were absolutely huge discoveries, but now we have something that actually goes even deeper.
This is where the future lies, and this is why redox chemistry and supplements that employ this are so powerful.
They literally turn on and turn off, signal every single process in every living cell. And to be able to stabilize a product that allows us to replenish that is just a phenomenal breakthrough.
This has the capability to change the landscape of the healthcare system as we know it.
Now that we've spoken about cellular health from the inside out, let's show you what's possible from the outside in. That's made possible by ASEA's topical versions of Redox technology. They are Renew 28 Redox Gel and our intensive Redox Serum. These technologies are supported and enhanced by their complementary all natural ingredients products, our gentle refining cleanser, and our ultra replenishing moisturizer. But a picture is worth 1,000 words. So let's just show you what our Redox technologies are worth with these amazing health, anti-aging, and age-reversing results. Lines and wrinkles are smoothed out. Elasticity comes back to the skin. Spots and skin blemishes, inflammations, irritations, aggravations, other signs of poor health to the skin, being rejuvenated. Even the aftermath of some of these unfortunate conditions, coming back to the proper surface of the skin. Now, this is rosy. The dramatic difference you're seeing in the first two pictures on the left could not be seen by Rosie because she did not take those pictures. Rosie actually believed that the products were not working. Rosie went to see her doctor. That's who told Rosie about ASEA and who took these pictures. And when Rosie told the doctor that the products didn't work, the doctor showed these pictures. And I guess the rest of the story can be seen here. Everyone says they want to see how ASEA goes. But Rosie missed the moment by moment, day by day, week by week changes by not taking pictures. And you may miss it too. So take pictures. That's how you see how it goes. And for anything you can't take a picture of, keep a written record instead. Before your ASEA arrives, make a list of everything about your health: energy, stress, sleep, digestion, mental focus, muscle and joint comfort, endurance, workout, recovery, any specifics of your health you want to track, and give it a score from 1 to 10, 10 being very good. And then do this again after 7 days, 30, 60, 90 days, and so on. Now, some people notice results early, like Rosie, in 7 weeks, others in 7 days, and most people can have an experience in around 7 minutes. But some people need to apply more product, more time, more patience, generally when there's more going on with their health. What we know scientifically is that redox molecules are redox molecules. They are the same in you as they are in me, as they are in animals, as they are in plants, as they are in bottles of ASEA, precisely the same. Studies show that ASEA redox products have an immediate positive effect. They work in every single person, every single time. It would be scientifically impossible for them to not work in you and or hurt you. But what does differ from person to person is the time it takes them to notice the change. This doctor did a little experiment of his own on his very own face and used Renew 28 on only half of his face and not the other. Could you spot the difference? Renew 28 is not just for the face, arms, hands, bellies, buttocks, thighs, all over. These pictures are actually from a study by a world-leading laboratory. This study was done because there were many reports coming in from all over the world from people saying that their cellulite had disappeared while they were using ASEA, while they were using Renew 28 specifically. So scientists set upon double-blind, placebo-controlled clinical trials to see, was there any truth to these stories? What they found was that after 12 weeks, there was a 16% reduction in the appearance of cellulite. And when these scientists did ultrasounds to try and discover why this was happening, they saw that the subcutaneous fat that was causing the cellulite was actually being dissolved from the use of Renew 28. Renew 28 helps reduce the appearance of cellulite and wrinkles, enhancing skin texture, smoothing the skin, supporting surface skin cell renewal for not only visible, younger looking skin, healthier skin. Renew 28 helps soothe skin discomfort after shaving or sun exposure and things like that. But Renew 28 is not just for the skin. It helps soothe discomfort around the body. And you can know in about 10 minutes. If you have some discomfort around your body, rate that discomfort on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being maximum discomfort. Apply Renew 28 on that point of discomfort 3 times within 5 minutes. And usually 9 to 10 out of 10 people will notice a soothing or reduction of discomfort within approximately 10 minutes. Now, nothing that I've said here has been intended to diagnose anything that you're going through. And ASEA does not claim to treat or cure any diseases. What I would like to do very quickly is make an introduction to a very special speaker that we have here today. Now, this is my best mate. He's an Aussie, as you'll tell by his Crocodile Dundee accent, but he is living in Hawaii. And he's going to tell you about his story. And he has come from a very severe and life-concerning challenge to then having his life given back to him by this life-changing breakthrough. And now he is a multi-million-dollar international success story. He's an ambassador Triple Diamond with this organization. If that means nothing to you, he is at the very least number 3 ranked in ASEA worldwide. He is on the Global Advisory Council for this organization. He is in their $1 Million Earners Club and their Premier Club. He's the recipient of the ASEA Business Builder Award, Entrepreneurial Spirit Award, Emerging Leader of the Year Award, and the list goes on. What I want to portray here, I'm not trying to impress you, but impress upon you that this gentleman is incredibly successful because he has an incredibly sincere heart for wanting to help a lot of people, and he has. Tens of thousands of people's lives have been changed, bettered, and given back to them because of this gentleman, and I'm one of them. This is only one of the reasons why I speak so highly of him. So I want to hand it over to my best mate, Dan Doyle. Thank you very much for joining me here today, mate.
Thanks, Stevie. Just listening to you then, I look at how this evolves and how people get to find out about this incredible gift of ASEA, and how blessed I am for Bart and Melissa Cotter to reach out to me to let me know about this. And we know where that led to, which I'll go through my story shortly. And obviously I passed it on to you, and I can see Kim and Robert here from Hawaii on the call, handed this gift to them, and Dr. Benson, Tom from Melbourne, reached out to Dr. Benson in California and passed this gift on to him. And you've got Steve Copping. I reached out to Mal Sword, and he reached out to Steve Copping. It's just amazing how we can get the word of ASEA out there. And this is what it's all about. It's about sharing our stories. It's not about selling anything. It's about telling our stories. And this is all we do. We don't have to sell anything to anybody or convince anybody of anything. And this is what's so amazing about this business model behind this incredible breakthrough, which we're going to touch on as well. So before I go into my story, I just want to reiterate what Stevie said, that these products are not intended to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition, but we have something here absolutely profound, category creating, something that can empower, something that can help our bodies to heal itself. An incredible gift that somebody's handed to you, so be very conscious and cautious what you do with it. There's a lot of people that we can help with this vehicle called ASEA, a vehicle that can take people back to their health or anywhere they want to go financially. So I grew up in Sydney, Australia, and played many sports, including this one called bodybuilding. And this is back in the early days of me being a young entrepreneur. And I was 24 years old. I'd already started in the health and fitness industry, and over the next 20 years built and sold 20 traditional businesses, employing about 3,500 people. Over that time, had a really good run in traditional business, quite successful in everything that I touched. Unfortunately, 20 years later, when I wasn't a bodybuilder anymore, but still kept fit and healthy, this was coming to the end of me being an entrepreneur in Australia, because 6 months after this photo in 2011, there's a picture of me on the right. The doctors gave me some really bad news and told me that I had not one, but two major health challenges. And this is a friend of mine, Johnny Manor, on the left. And Johnny played the highest levels of rugby in Australia. He'd already been through all the hospital visits that I started in this photo. And he ended up losing all his hair, as I was losing mine at the beginning of what I went through in this hospital, losing all his weight again. And unfortunately, we lost him at the age of 23 years old. After 2.5 years of my hospital visits, my doctors told me to get my affairs in order. So I made a decision at that point to take the responsibility of my health back into my own hands, something that I recommend everybody do from now. Guys, do some research, make sure you're eating right, make sure you're getting the nutrition your body needs, and just as importantly, if not as important, have a look at these redox signaling molecules. I tried everything myself personally to get my body back on track. Nutritional supplements, super juices, antioxidants, alkaline water, and this is a result after 2 years. My blood work was still heading in the wrong direction, and I was still in a lot of trouble with my health. A friend of mine reached out, as I said earlier, Bart Cotter. He handed this gift to me. Now, as I said, it's up to me. It was up to me at that point whether I opened that gift or not, but I decided to do some research, and that research came in an invite to Salt Lake City to the headquarters of ASEA. And we were listening to the atomic and medical physicist going through the breakthrough, Dr. Gary Samuelson, and I didn't understand anything that he was saying. Never heard of the mitochondria before or redox signaling molecules, but what he said, these blue bottles that were sitting on the boardroom table, they were 100% non-toxic and could have health benefits. So we started drinking the product. Long story short, in 3 hours, my body was detoxing so fast, I had little red spots all over my upper torso with the rubbish coming out of my body. In 12 hours, a 20-year caffeine intolerance had gone away. And in 48 hours, all the lung damage from what they put me through in that hospital where I had trouble breathing and talking at the same time, my lungs were functioning perfect. I went back to Australia. I kept drinking this stuff in this little blue bottle, still not quite understanding what it was, but I knew there was something about it that was powerful because of the results that I was getting in such a short period of time. 12 months on the product, end of 2015. This is the day the doctors gave me some really good news, told me no sign of those two major health challenges. Not only that, multiple injuries from playing sports had gone away with a neck problem, shoulder, hand problem, back, hips, pelvic problems. I had so many injuries from playing sports. Everything was totally rebuilt by the end of 2015. Fast forward another 2 years, have a look at the anti-aging. So 2014, what you're seeing here is a reflection of what was going on the inside of that at that time. And 1 year later, 2015, 1 year on the product. This is a reflection of what was going on at that time. And 3 years on the product, as I say, this is a reflection. My complexion was a reflection of what was going on the inside at this time as well. So amazing ride back to health, back to looking younger and feeling younger. As I said on a call yesterday, I wouldn't take away what I went through. There's no way. I think losing my health was something that was meant to happen, to find this incredible product to be able to help a lot of people around the world. I introduced this to 100 people once I made a decision to share this over the last 5.5 years. Something that was difficult for me to do because I never believed in the network marketing business model. I never believed in buying products from this type of business. And fortunately, I did do that. Otherwise, as I said, I wouldn't be here, literally, physically. If I depended on my doctors, I wouldn't be here, literally, physically. There was only so much that they could do at that time. 5 months it took before I started sharing this with people. The biggest regret that I have in this business is not sharing this with people from day one. As Stevie said, this is scientifically impossible not to work. It can help anybody with any issue and start taking their health in the right direction, unlike anything that you've ever experienced in the past. The 100 people I introduced over the last 5.5 years has turned into 40,000 people in 33 countries. And I hardly knew anybody outside of Australia when I first started this. And the people that I didn't know, I didn't approach anyway. So it's amazing through, you know, this word of mouth business model, how fast this can move. And it comes down to many things. We do have the biggest breakthrough in health that we'll ever see in our lifetime, anti-aging and human performance. There's no supplement on the planet that can do what this does. You've got the integrity of the company, the ethos of the company, their principles and values. You have the founders who came from running Fortune 50 companies and the executives with so much experience leading that into the field, with the most experienced field leaders in network marketing, and a very generous and lucrative compensation plan. So we've got a company that ticks every single box, the most compelling opportunity that I've ever seen in my lifetime. And I've done a lot, as you guys know now. And knowing what I know, I would never go back to traditional business or a corporate job ever again. The power of this business model, the power of leverage, the power of what you can create, the people that you can help, is just the most amazing thing that I've ever come across in my life. And with that, I'm going to hand back to Stevie Aquilina to go through the incredible opportunity behind this amazing breakthrough. So thanks, Stevie, back to you to enlighten everybody on what they could do as far as a business and how it can help them, especially in these times today.
Thanks so much, Dan. I appreciate you, mate. Folks, with every great breakthrough comes great opportunity. And ASEA is a life-changing breakthrough. And that's created a life-changing financial opportunity behind all of this to make a living while bettering people's lives. ASEA is the world's first and only redox signaling supplement for 2 reasons. First, for nearly 3 decades now, no one other than one man, Dr. Gary L. Samuelson, medical atomic physicist, has been able to figure out how to create and stabilize redox signaling molecules outside of the body. For the 2 decades before Dr. Samuelson's breakthrough work, science had declared that it was impossible. And 2, ASEA is heavily patented. But not only is ASEA not allowed to be copied, ASEA can't be copied because there's no way to look into a bottle of ASEA and figure out how to reverse engineer it. Because there are trade secrets in the making of ASEA, so it can't be copied. That means we have no copycats, and that means no competition. No one in the world has what ASEA has, no one. And no other products in the world can do what ASEA does, none of them. Nothing else in the world can get to the depth and level of achievement in the human body as what ASEA can, because redox works on everybody. Everybody needs redox because nothing in the body works as well or at all, in fact, without redox. And redox can't hurt anybody. No other product can make that claim. No juice, pills, super shake, fancy water, CBD oil, or whatever. ASEA holds massive opportunities, therefore, across all health science sectors: healthcare wellness, sports science, athletic performance, beauty, skincare, aging, longevity. These are multi-trillion-dollar industries. And again, ASEA is the only company in the world that the world can get a redox supplement from. ASEA is an entrepreneur's dream. Our mission here at ASEA is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. We can't do that on our own, and so we look for people to help spread the word. ASEA gives you the opportunity to earn money just by sharing redox with others. So for people who are looking for either an extra or part-time or full-time or big time or legacy leaving income, for people who have dreams of a better life, income, lifestyle, there are levels of commissions to meet whatever levels of ambitions. To be able to afford making your goals, dreams, and desires a reality, ASEA helps you create an income that is both residual and leveraged. You receive a residual income from the first and all of the repeated purchases made by everyone you refer to ASEA. And because you can refer as many people as you like, the residual income potential is unlimited, uncapped. On top, You also receive an unlimited leveraged residual income from all of the repeated purchases made by every single person your contacts and others also refer. And there's no limits to how far and wide these referrals can go. So just like when you recommend a good movie, TV series, restaurant, cafe, book, food, homewares, beauty products, health products, whatever, people tell people who then tell even more people, and it goes on and on. Word of mouth marketing is the oldest and still today #1 most powerful and effective form of marketing in the world. There's no limits, especially with how connected the world is in today's age. Word spreads worldwide. And ASEA is currently in 35 countries and opening new markets every year. Based on existing trends, the annual turnover is projected to exceed $500 million in the next 5 years. Residual income is impressive, but more so, it's important. You have residual bills. Why not have a residual income? Do you know what happens to most people by the time they're 65? Out of every 100 people, only one of them is wealthy. Only 3 are financially secure. 7 of them must still work to survive at 65. Not working because they want to, but because they have to. They're a slave to the dollar. And 74 out of every 100 people are dependent on welfare by 65. So what's going so wrong? What is one of the main financial principles that the top 4% seem to have figured out that the other 81% didn't? It's this: how to make money that is no longer dependent on their paid by the hour, selling their time for money, labor or own activity job. Listen, sooner or later, you won't be able to be as active as you are right now. And therefore, you won't be able to have as much active income as you have right now. Now, this may be even more concerning if you're thinking, well, my active income already isn't enough as it is. This is one of the biggest problems 81% of people get trapped in. Money is an excellent servant, but a terrible master. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll be a slave for money until you die. Now, I'm not saying jobs are bad. They're a great place to start for most of us. And if you truly do love your job, well, keep it. You're blessed. But still, find a way to make money outside of your job that won't interfere with what you're currently doing. Because only relying on a single source of active income is not smart and dangerous to your financial security. So for people who are smart, who've been wanting to be in the right place at the right time, who are able to recognize a good thing, who decide to take control of their finances and their freedom, for people who aren't happy with the amount of money that they have or how they have to make it, for people who have dreams and want a better life, ASEA is a significant opportunity to be paid a significant residual income from the inevitable growth of its global expansion to afford you those dreams and give you that real freedom. At the end of the day, however, there is absolutely nothing better than making a living from bettering people's lives. That's what you get to do with ASEA. Who we become and what we do is the biggest reward over and above any riches it will make us. Now, you can make great money here, that's for sure. And you can even be rewarded on top with all expenses paid trips to 5-star luxury locations all around the world. Have a really great time, meeting great people, making great friends, having great experiences and a great lifestyle. But really, at the end of the day, it's the effect we have on others that is one of the most valuable currencies there is. And that is the heart of ASEA. And it was demonstrated here. Because the truth is, after big pharmaceutical companies were shown tens of millions of dollars and 17 years worth of powerful research, clinical studies proving ASEA, those big drug companies offered to pay huge sums of money for the sole and exclusive rights to the ASEA Redox technology. However, they wanted ASEA to shut down. They wanted to take everyone off Redox. But thankfully, the founders of ASEA, Virtus and his son, Tyler Norton, had the great foresight to see grave concerns and consequences in such a deal. Because Virtus and Tyler saw people who went from severe health challenges that once left them and like Dan's doctors feeling hopeless, to then experiencing life-changing power from Redox. And when Virtus and Tyler saw this, they were filled with a great sense of purpose and responsibility to get this breakthrough for humanity out to the world. And so they couldn't, in good conscience, sell out. And so they didn't. They said no to the payout and yes to the people. For Virtus and Tyler, what had once started out as just a very big business play had now become more. The ASEA founders turned down that huge sum of money from big pharmaceutical companies, deciding to go the supplement route rather than the drug route in order to expedite the availability of this technology globally, making it available immediately to everyone without a prescription. One of ASEA's foremost guiding principles was demonstrated here, as is perpetually demonstrated in every decision they make. And that is to always put people and principles before ego and economics. The ASEA founders and their corporate team come from very big backgrounds, up to Fortune 50 backgrounds. They are exceptionally experienced in running very big, profitable, famous household name companies, but their corporate soul revolves around putting people first, having an impact, making a difference, helping others to believe, belong, and become more, to be a force for good in the world. So you are in very good hands. Get back with the person who shared this with you. Let them know what stood out to you the most. If you have any questions, ask them. They can point you to where you can find the answers very easily. There's plenty of university studies, but most importantly, there's hundreds of thousands of real people's life-changing redox experiences for you to see. ASEA is the real deal. So do you want to be happier and healthier? Do you want to live younger, longer? You may just want to become an ASEA customer. Or do you have dreams, desires? Do you want to be, do, have, able to give more? Do you want to help people be happier and healthier? Do you want a better life, income, lifestyle? Do you want to increase the prosperity of the planet? Do you want to make a difference in the world? Become part of this redox reality, and you can become more. If you'll just pass this information on for many, many others, you can better the lives of many, many others. And your life will become better in many, many ways. So thank you very much for spending this time with me, and may you always be happy and well. And Dan, thank you very much for spending this time and your story with us.
No, thank you, Stevie. I'm sure from that presentation, everybody understands the enormity of this breakthrough, what we've got our hands on, how we can help people. You know, here I am a few months ago coming to Hawaii thinking that I'm coming to a very healthy environment. Well, yeah, okay, the air is probably amongst the best in the world. We've got beautiful, clean oceans here. It's amazing how many sick people are here, though. Unfortunately, the food isn't great. The food isn't great everywhere, and people, you know, obviously are making bad choices with that. And as far as ratio, when it comes to population, we've got the highest number of people with sugar problems out of anywhere on the whole planet here in Hawaii, which is it's very sad. And some people don't understand how detrimental that could be to their health, and how it leads to many, many other issues. So hopefully everybody can see what we've got our hands on. We can help a lot of people in a lot of different ways. Just keep in mind when you're thinking about asking a question, because we do have a Q&A now. We've got about 12 minutes for answering any questions. If anybody wants to ask a question about a specific issue, just keep in mind there's a cell involved in every single problem. And when there's a cell involved and we get redox to those cells will be rectified because your body knows exactly where they are and the problem that's going on. And that's what these molecules do. They detect the problems in your body to signal your body to where the problem is. So ask about this, that, or the other. We ask a question back to answer the question that you ask. Is there a cell involved? And in every case, there is. You see, it takes 5 to 20 years for a symptom to produce. A long time before anybody's problem comes to the surface. And the reason why anybody loses their health in the first place is because their own natural production of redox signaling molecules didn't detect the problem. By the time it comes to the surface, you only have so much redox trying to keep all your cells working at optimal level. And unfortunately, you won't have enough to go around to get your health back from the issue that you have. So for anybody on here, more than welcome to ask a call through chat, or Stevie, there is another way people can come in.